I just spent over an hour finding some of the best loot in Bungie's new game Marathon, and in roughly 3 seconds, I died. This game is currently breaking the internet. Some people think it's Bungie's next big hit, while others think that it's one of the most frustrating shooting games ever made. So I played it for over 6 hours straight. Let's see who's right. Just to give you a little taste of my Marathon experience, this was my first hour in the game. Frick! Crap, dude, they're so freaking hard. Why? Robot laser, dead. Sniper, dead. Grenade, dead. Extraction, dead. So yeah, things were going great. Marathon, the newest outing by video game juggernaut Bungie, the same studio behind the original Halo games. Halo 2 is one of the best games ever made.
Fight me in the comments.
And Destiny 2, a game that has received roughly 14,000 expansions over the last several years. You playing Destiny 2, bro? I wouldn't be caught dead playing Destiny 2. Ignore that. Marathon is an extraction shooter set in the distant sci-fi future where robotic enemies control the planet. And you play as enhanced cybernetic mercenaries called Runners, whose insides look like jellyfish for some reason. Ew. Your job is simple.
Drop into the map, find powerful gear, complete bounty missions, survive other players, and extract before dying.
Sounds simple, right? Until every single thing on the map wants you dead. And trust me, you will die. A lot. When I first jumped into Marathon with my friend Cole, we had absolutely no idea what was going on. And that's even after the game starts with a tutorial mission. We were basically just wandering around and opening random loot boxes, hoping something good would happen.
Somebody threw a grenade. Maybe they made it in Grenada.
Meanwhile,
Killer robots, environmental hazards, and other players that you can talk to in an open mic setup. And those other players do not want to be your friend. But they do, in fact, want to murder you. At this point, we didn't even have bounties turned on, so we were just wandering around confused like we got on the wrong bus in a foreign country. And at that point, I started wondering, who is this game actually made for?
Hour 2. Learning.
Now, to be totally fair, there are things in Marathon that I really liked. The weapons have punchy feedback, movement feels really smooth, and it's genuinely satisfying when you land a headshot and a robot explodes. Yes! Finding a powerful weapon or an epic item and extracting with it feels amazing. Unfortunately for all of us, that is nearly freaking impossible. The reality is, extraction shooters are basically gambling, except instead of losing money, you lose roughly anywhere between 20 and 700 minutes of your time. Once we figured out how the bounties worked, the game started making way more sense. Instead of wandering around aimlessly, you actually have objectives to complete. And for a brief moment, I actually thought the game could be pretty good. Then we entered the third hour. Oh my God. Why did they do this? Help me. We need to talk about the atmosphere of this game and the freaking moth cutscenes, dude. What are these moths? Almost every single cinematic, every loading screen has these weird moths. Moths with cocoons, moths with wings, nasty moth larvae, moths eating aliens, moths eating chocolate bars, moths. Stop with the moths!
Stop it.
Bad Bungie.
Also, there's this really weird lizard eye that jump scared me every time. I don't like that part.
Now, I'm sure, well, I shouldn't say I'm sure. There's probably some kind of deep lore explaining the moth thing and whatever, and somebody's going crazy in the comments saying, the moth thing, it means this. You're welcome to put that in the comments. That's fine. I read all the comments. But frankly, these cutscenes just make me feel like I'm watching a cheap Blumhouse horror movie. The Mothman Prophecies 2. Yummy alien face. It's creepy, it's unsettling, and kind of makes me want to take a shower. But after getting over the creepy and nonsensical atmosphere, that was when everything started falling apart. The enemies in this game are absurd, and I'm not just saying they're strong. It felt like these robots were straight out of Dark Souls. Look at this guy. I emptied an entire magazine into this one robot, and he just looked at me like it was a mild inconvenience. Meanwhile, I get hit once, and I explode like a freaking fork in a microwave. So unless you get lucky or you're playing with a large group of friends, we're talking 5 friends, 6 friends, 38 friends. There's almost no way that you'll be able to complete Extraction. And remember earlier when I said there's an open mic concept where you can talk to anyone on the map? As long as they have their microphones on and actually respond. Which Bungie said fosters teamwork and meeting new friends. It's wonderful! I'll meet new friends in Marathon. Except no one has their mic on and everyone just wants to murder you. Gaming! Eventually, I switched to the Assassin class, which can turn invisible and then has this ridiculously powerful pistol. And for about 10 minutes, I thought I was doing pretty well. I was getting kills on other players, I was getting kills on the robots, and I thought, this is great. I just needed to change my class. Then more robots showed up, and then more, and then more. And mind you, I was playing with a friend. I was playing with someone else. So I wasn't just trying to go it alone, I was playing in a duo squad. But we died. And we died so much that I thought, maybe I should just never play video games ever again. And apparently, I'm not the only one that feels this way. The reviews for Marathon are extremely mixed, with IGN praising the atmosphere and shooting mechanics, but pointed out that the extreme difficulty could turn off a lot of players. And the Steam reviews are even more chaotic. Gaming God says, gunplay is good, no arguing that. Art direction is also genuinely sick. The environments look unlike anything else out right now, and the audio slaps too. But the UI is actually terrible. Not needs polish terrible. You're reading tooltips mid-fight, swapping attachments takes multiple buttonholes and eats your bag space. People with 30 to 50 hours in the server slam were still complaining about it. VTLI, or Vitly? Finally, a game that's bold and confusing. Lots of stuff to learn instead of just being held by your hand. Also, art and music team, you deserve a raise! But on the other side, I wish Bungie would give the live service thing a rest. This should have been a single-player game first, with multiplayer and the extraction shooter mode tacked on the side. After Marathon, Bungie's next title will be an RPG game called Layoffs, inspired by true events. Not gonna lie, it's cooked. Game is just in general bad. AI is harder than the PvP fighting. The bots are absolutely everywhere. IDK, man, the game just isn't made well. In order to activate contracts, you gotta skip like 10 screens. There are so many creepy cutscenes in this game. I fully agree with this. This is what you killed Destiny for, Bungie? Really? But I do want to read one more review that I find ironic from a user named Moth. This game is good. Not great, but good. And yes, I know it's hard to believe for someone to have an opinion and enjoys a game. If you're here to give the game a try or trying to figure out if it's worth the $40 or not, then let it be known, it's up to you to decide. I'm kind of surprised that nobody's talking about the Moth cutscenes, but, you know, the guy was named Moth and they loved it. Girth Shaker, ew. Midathon. I like that one. So after playing Marathon for roughly 6 hours straight, I think I found out who this game is for. If you're someone who already has 5 friends, unlimited time, and the emotional stability of a Dark Souls speedrunner, you might actually love this game. But if you're just a normal human being who wants to unwind and play a game at night after work, you may very well ruin your night. Was Marathon fun? Meh. Could it be updated and eventually become fun? Maybe. Do I regret playing it? Yes. So I'm giving Marathon a score of 3.253 out of 10. The game isn't very accessible, the UI is ugly, it is brutally difficult, the visuals are weirdly creepy, and honestly, it's just not that fun. But maybe I'm completely wrong. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? If you've been playing Marathon or if you're going to play Marathon, let me know. And if you want to watch more videos like this when you're on your lunch break or you're bored, make sure to subscribe, like this video so that it can go out and we can invite more people to the Cool Kids table. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.